Hi, this is Kevin again, and welcome to another episode of F.A.R.T TV. In this episode, we'll be checking out a local startup, an audio startup, and they're known by the name of Morph Audio, and in collaboration with Fat Freq. So we're going to check it out in their office right here in Chinatown. Come with me.
Hi everyone, welcome to our offices here in Chinatown, Singapore. I'm the Chief Storyteller from Morph Audio, and welcome to our showroom, which we actually share with our other partners, Fat Freq. So what Morph is all about, let me give you a little introduction. We're a company that makes in-ear monitors or earphones, but with a difference. It's highly customizable in the way it looks. So you're able to, off the bat, select the color of your earphone module, and then guess what? The face plates that slip on to the earphones, if you can see them here, they actually come off magically. So you can actually change the look of your faceplate as often as you like. I've got a container here, or a little suitcase that I put together full of the different designs that we have come up with over the last few months, and not all of them, but you get the general idea of how much variety we've actually been able to produce here. So because these earphones are actually 3D printed, believe it or not, in our showroom, we can mix practically any color we want. So if you get a huge demand for some color in the future, yeah, so why not? And not only that, the beats that we put onto the Bluetooth neckbands, they're actually customizable too, and they can be removed simply, and you can actually snap them on. So we have wanted to, at the very beginning, redefine what an earphone is. If you check out our box, we've got a little tagline that says Audio Couture. Well, in a nutshell, that's what this is. Well, we want to deliver a very well engineered earphone, but redefine it as a wearable. For Morphs, because we came from a background of professional in-ear monitors for musicians, the mid-range on our earphones are extremely clear. So we have heard people tell us that they have begun to pick up details in their songs they have not heard before. Like for me, some of the songs I've listened to, I can actually hear the chairs creaking. So, but in terms of the hardware specs, okay, here we go. We use a single balanced armature driver that's pro-tuned. In terms of the battery life, it's pretty darn amazing. For a single charge, you can go 8 to 10 hours at average volume. And in terms of how sweat-proof it is, the Bluetooth neckbands are actually IPX7. So very useful for exercise, just wipe it off with a wet wipe. In terms of the fit, these are universal fit earphones. However, we've been told that probably the best fitting universal fit earphones people have experienced, barring that you get a custom in-ear. So the fit is extremely good, very comfortable, won't hurt your ears after long hours of use, plus it stays in pretty much even with rigorous activity. So Morphs, in terms of specs, I think we have got all the important checkboxes covered. Let me go get the guy who is our Mr. Fat Freq. His name is Ben, and let him tell you a little bit more about the engineering journey behind our earphones.
Okay, hi, I'm Ben. I'm founder of Fat Freq. And here at Fat Freq, what do? We make custom in-ear monitors for musicians. Fat Freq started actually at my house. It used to be my hobby to break apart earphones and tear them apart and put them back together. So along the way, I got to know how to tinker more into the innards, and eventually we started creating our own stuff. Yeah, so from then we started selling IEMs in-ear monitors. Custom in-ear monitors are actually in-ear monitors that are custom fit into your ear. So in our ear, anatomy wise, different people have different shape of the ear. So some people might not be able to fit those off-the-shelf fits, and then some might leak out or some might leak in. So in a way, custom fit provides that isolation, that comfort that you need. Most used on stage where musicians are performing. Sometimes it sticks out a lot from the ear also if it's off the shelf. So with custom fit, you can have it flushed, and then it's very discreet. So you can monitor your vocals, monitor your instruments discreetly, and also stylish look. Yeah. So what makes an in-ear monitor, the sound, different from, let's say, an off-the-shelf earphone that you can buy off a department store? In-ear monitors that we create actually have different drivers. Think of different drivers as different speakers. So in let's say a hi-fi system, there's bass, there's drivers playing just the mids and drivers playing just the highs. So in that way, different drivers are specialized to play only the frequency that they are built to play. In that way, in unison, they actually produce a sound that is very clear. We call that the imaging and the resolution is a bit more clear compared to one driver handling the full range of frequencies. One difference that you might see from true wireless earbuds compared to in-ear monitors is that the connectivity issue is different. So in-ear monitors are usually manufactured for professionals working in the music industry, so they will require cables that are not Bluetooth compatible. So you plug the jack straight into the source. What this means is that it's very little latency compared to the Bluetooth IEMs, and this is what they need because they need to monitor their sound in real time. Yeah. But of course, to cater to the consumers, we actually have detachable cables that you can switch out from wired to something more convenient, something that fit your lifestyle. It has more latency, but it doesn't affect you because it's just a small latency. But at the stage setting, at the live setting, it's actually very obvious. So usually when a customer comes in, when he wants a custom fit, we will get him to sit down, and then we will take a ear impression of his ears. So before we put in the material that solidifies in his ear, we have to use this thing called an auto blocker. It's to block the material from reaching the eardrum, to protect the eardrum in a sense, yeah. So with that, we can continue with the ear mold process. Sometimes there's a bit of earwax, but that is easily settled. We can just use a cleaning tool to take out the excess earwax. We will put in this two-part material that solidifies in our ear, and then after 10 minutes, you can take it out, and based on this mold, we actually scan this mold, and then we do some edits using the computer. Refine the mold, add material to some parts, and subtract some material from some parts. And then this ensures that this ear mold fits perfectly in your ear. This file is then sent to our 3D printers for fabrication. After the shell has been finished, we need to do some electronic components and fit it into the shells. We call that circuitry assembling and the capping of the in-ear monitor. So we do this in acoustic lab, which is we keep it different from the other lab because it's a bit dusty. So let us take a look at what's inside here. Oh wow! Today there's one person working. This is Gabby. What he's doing right now is actually he's soldering. There's drivers onto the connectors. These drivers are what produces the sound that you hear from your in-ear monitors. So Gabby is really good at doing his job. He's a master at soldering. So usually in this space during working hours, there are actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people working simultaneously. And what is being done here is actually we tune the drivers, and we make sure that they sound what they are supposed to be. So with that, we actually have some ear simulators. It's shaped like a mic, and then we use that to actually see the frequency response of the IEM. And then from there we QC. If it doesn't match the frequency response that we want, we retune or we discard. Yeah. This is how we filter out things that does not pass the QC process. So just a little bit more on what's on our table. This is a dust box. This is a Dremel tool so that the dust don't go flying around. So when the shells come in, we put in the circuitry, we cap it with a faceplate, then we do a further refining of the shells. Yeah. Everyone has a dust box. Okay. Then we have our solder machine. It's a bit messy here, but this is how it works. It's an organized mess. Yeah. That's all.
So there you go. If you want a earphone with a difference, I think Morph actually meets that requirement in an amazing way.